This is Brian from Hail the Villain, and you are at Popularity.
How do you feel that the response has been so far to your music and just to the band's vision itself?
I would say it's been overwhelming. We didn't really think off this record anyway because we had written it so long ago. We weren't really sure what was going to go on, and so for it to have done what it's been doing, especially here in Vancouver, we've got a lot of love from CFOX, and it's been really cool. So, and getting the honors to go on this Uproar tour with Disturbed and Avenged Sevenfold, and get to go to Japan in a couple weeks, it's just really neat to see it all playing out the way it's playing out.
Mm-hmm. Now, you guys say that it's not enough just to be a good band. You want to create this whole universe. What do you want people to get out of that?
I think we want people to see that there's a creative side in musicians, that, especially us, that doesn't just say, I'm going to record some songs and try and sell them to a market that doesn't want to buy them. We wanted to say to them that we've got this whole visual side. We love to write. We wrote a movie. We wrote, we designed characters. We designed all this artwork, and we wanted people to see that. And I think people are going to get out of that a lot more. They're going to find a deeper story involved in Hail the Villain. First of all, you can listen to the band and hear some of the darker lyrics and the side that brings, and then you can involve yourself in the universe and see what other things we've created.
The band likes to reach for things that are currently unattainable that obviously down the road you guys will achieve. But of everything that you thought was unattainable for you guys, what is your most proud accomplishment?
That is a fantastic question, and you've almost stumped me here. But I'd say that the greatest accomplishment that I could say is that 4 guys have been friends for this long, have actually made a goal, and that goal was to get a record deal and to play music for a living. And even though we haven't made any money for our living yet, we're getting to do it. And I'd say that is a goal that every band really wants to do. And I don't think that they understand the ethic, the work that you have to put into it. And we're just really proud that here we are today doing, flying into Vancouver at 4 in the morning to play a show.
Is determination the key?
No, I'd say that learning to be a family and really understanding that you're going to be in with these 3 or 4 people every day of your life, learning to get along, learning to understand that there's ups and downs that way, and also determination is important, but when you do get kicked down, like it. Enjoy being kicked down and then shoving it back in their face when something goes right.
Can you pick a couple of highlights and tell us what made you?
Highlights for us, one was playing on Much Music, to tell you the truth. I know it doesn't really sound cool for a band to say that they're on Much Music, but for us, we spent so much time watching it as kids and actually getting to be on that show and turning the place upside down to the point where they didn't expect what we brought in there, and we had a fantastic time. The whole Sevendust tour was something that, we have days where we'd go off and play with Papa Roach and Seether and do these huge things. And one show in St. Louis at Point Fest, I think there was like 20,000 people there by noon, and we got to play that, and it was just an honor. It was so much fun. So lots of highs so far. We'll wait until the record doesn't sell, and then we'll see what the lows are like.
What keeps you focused at this point?
Money? No. I'd say that really we're kind of focused on just being a better band every day. So playing a better show, creating a better song, that's the focus, and it keeps us really humble, and it keeps us really attainable. I think we've yet to lose sight of what is most important, and that is being a band.
What would you say is the biggest challenge?
Being on the road, not sleeping, barely eating, and not having a lot of cash to play around with. So you basically just slug it out, and you do your best to keep everything in perspective, I'd say.
What would you say you've learned about yourself musically and personally throughout the process?
Personally, I've decided that family is most important at home. My parents have been such a great thing, and I no longer take that for granted. Musically, we've learned that there's a lot of great bands out there. We're playing with the best of the best right now, and it's time to make sure that we can step up and really nail it the way that we're supposed to.
What would you say was your part of the album making process?
Where we did it in a little place called Dashwood, which is by Grand Bend, Ontario, and it was a farm, so we did it in a barn, and the barn had a little go-kart track in the grass where we had a golf cart, and we had just had a fantastic time, just relaxing, drinking beer, and doing other things that you're not supposed to do, and recording a record. It was a very relaxed process, and it was just, it turned into, us being able to create anything we wanted anytime we wanted.
What would you say was the most challenging aspect of that?
Really finding our sound, honing in on who we were as a band. That's what we did in that time. In the 3 to 4 months that we recorded the record, we really found out who we were and what we were made of.
Do you feel like all your expectations have been met?
Not at all. I think that every time the shows get bigger, we want more and more and more. I don't think you ever get there, and if you do, I think you're one of those pop bands that goes nowhere and just has one radio single. I'm not really convinced that I care about record sales that much. I care about people really digging the band. I'd like to see more people villainize themselves. I'd like to see more people get involved in who we are and what we are. And until everyone in the world is evil like us and worshiping Satan, I don't think I'll be happy.
What's next?
Next is we go over to Japan and Singapore and then do the Uproar tour. And then we do another tour with Disturbed right after that, which will be a lot of fun. And then I think we get to come back to Canada and finally do a proper Canadian tour, because we haven't done one of those yet. And I love being in Canada. That's where we need to be. And it's tough actually going into other countries because I enjoy being here so much.
And do you have anything you'd like to say to the readers of Popularity?
Make sure you stay evil, and make sure that when you're listening to music that turn on a record, listen from it start to finish. Don't just listen to the number one track on the record. Bands put a lot of effort into those records, and you're going to gain a lot from listening to a whole record.